Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I am constitutional attorney Katherine Henry, and I haven't done one of these vehicle um, live videos in quite some time because the sound is usually terrible and the video quality isn't always the best. And there's always those people that think I'm the one driving the car while doing the video. I was going to be a smart aleck and show you both my hands and look and say, look, no, I'm not holding on, but I'm holding onto the phone, so I can't do that. But just for those of you who do have a concern that you think I'm driving, I think it's only Facebook Live that flips the video, but it is actually that guy who's driving. So with that being said, just wanted to get you guys just wanted to get you guys some updates, make sure that you know that there's a lot of freedom fighters out there still working at it every single day, even if you're not seeing day to day a lot of the specifics or as many videos as when there were a lot of court cases being talked about in the headlines and things like that. So basically, right now, I just want you guys to know that there are, in fact, a lot of freedom fighters out there. I know of a lot of people who are trying to form or starting to form more local freedom fighting organizations. There's a group called We the County that is doing that on a county-wide basis. There is, there's some new groups starting up specifically in areas around Oakland County. There's really groups all over the place where, they're either calling them freedom circles or they're calling them freedom support groups. You name it, they're all over the place. So just keep your eye out for those. And as new ones develop or as groups send me specific information that they would like me to share, I will definitely post that on my pages or on my on my website, and make sure to pass those resources along to you. We also, on our end, specifically Restore Freedom, although our petition didn't end up making it onto the next ballot, our fight for freedom is far from over. So right now we have several huge projects in the works. One of the biggest things we need to do is to help educate more citizens to know what the Constitution says, to know exactly what their rights are, and to know how to fight for their freedom, to give them the tools. Because so many people, thousands of people, still reach out to me all the time asking me to represent them in a certain case or to help them in a certain situation, and I'm only one person. So we need to do something so that everyone is able to work through these issues and exercise their rights without having to wait for an attorney to help them. So with that being said, we have a Constitution app that's in the works. It is being released hopefully within a week or two, and that's going to have the US and Michigan constitutions, and a little bit farther down the road it'll have my annotations that help pull the ideas together so that when you're out and about and you have a situation that has arisen, you're at a government meeting, or you have your business and all of a sudden a law enforcement officer or someone from the health department has shown up and they're trying to close you down, you will be able to look at that resource and to have on hand a way to look up something and know what your rights are and be able to show them or have a discussion with them. Be able to defend yourself so that you don't have to wait for an attorney later on to help you get out of that situation that you shouldn't have been put into in the first place. So that's going to be within a week or two. And that will be an app that you can download on your smartphone or tablet. Also, we'll have a similar part that'll be available through our website for those that don't have smartphones. Just more, utilize things that are available right from our website. We'll have that available as well, probably a little bit later though. We also have a book, a Constitution book. A lot of you know that I sell the U.S. Constitution pocket books at cost. So I'm just trying to help get them out there in the hands of everyone around. But a lot of people were also asking for the Michigan State Constitution, which is good. I'm glad, because our state constitution has changed several times in the last few years. We had more changes, in fact, come out that were voted on in November this year, assuming that those results are accurate. And yet you can't get a paper copy. If you go to order a paper copy of the Michigan Constitution on the website or on anywhere on the internet, you can't get one for less than $10 a piece. That's ridiculous. So it's bad enough you have to pay it all to get one. So the most up-to-date version is on my website. Of course, that will be changing. Well, technically, I guess I'll have to put the new one that has the 2 new changes on there, because it's already been 45 days after the election. Anyway, so we will have that most up-to-date PDF available on our website, but if you're looking for a little booklet to carry around with you, we actually have that in store for you. So again, it'll have the U.S. and Michigan constitutions and all of my, some of my annotations that help pull together the different ideas and help you understand it and know what is helpful in each situation, so you're not trying to guess in any given particular situation you find yourself in. We also have a social media platform that we're working on. We have it in, I guess you'd say, beta right now. We have our team experimenting with it, and a few of the a few extra freedom fighters that are helping to test it out and see how it works, and see about how it works to post an image or a post, or comment on a post, or hit the like button, or share things, be able to connect or find, search for other friends that you have on there, all those kinds of things. And it will be something where free speech will be respected. However, I will say that it is going to be a constitutional conservative social media platform. So it's specifically going to protected God-given liberties for them to be able to connect individuals. So that will be rolling out fairly soon, and we look forward to having you, as well as it'll be available on our site. So we want to make sure that you know what we're doing. Hopefully, in theory, it's going to be a once-a-week newsletter. We have somebody working on that, and we want to make sure that anybody who wants to know what's going on and staying engaged, whether there's a new lawsuit that I've been involved in fighting for freedom, or just somebody else's lawsuit that I think has some great updates you need to know about, or some new evidence with regard to the elections, or anything like that, I want to be able to pass that information along as effectively as possible. So if you'd like to sign up for our newsletter, please do so at our website. There's a link to do so. And we would love to be able to connect with you on a regular basis to keep you up to speed and informed. We also have a call to action team that has already started doing some, and will continue to do more calls to action as we know of something that's happening, whether it's on a countywide level that we can help to get a message out, or on a statewide level where we need you to call the Speaker of the House or the Senate Majority Leader, or show up to a court hearing somewhere. Those are all very important things that we want to make sure that we are able to pass along in a very quick fashion. So if you know of happenings that are very important, get the word out for all freedom fighters, you can send that our way, and we'll make sure that we do our best to get those things out in a timely fashion. We also have a new bill watching piece to this that's a little bit more purposeful and organized than it was. All along I've been obviously watching certain bills and commenting and doing videos to explain. There's been many that I haven't had a chance to talk about that we really need to, because they're totally unconstitutional, and it's really disturbing how many representatives and senators have voted in favor of them. Well, those kinds of things are going to be a little bit more deliberate and focused on in the coming months or in the coming years, and we have a team growing that's going to be helping and working with that. If you are a part of an organization where you already are doing bill watching, or you're just doing it on your own, we'd love to partner with you. My main goal is to make sure that when you find a bill that's coming that is something we really need to stop, and we need to connect people with their legislators and have their voice be heard, that we are able to get that message out and explain what's going on, explain the legalities or the constitutionality of the situation. And so I'd love to work with any other organizations that are already doing something like that. If you have a bill you think is terrible and you want us to help get the word out, send that right on over with what you think the problem is, what specific bill it is, and we'll do our best to jump right on that and help get the word out. A Restore Freedom online TV network, that will also be coming soon. We have a great lineup of professionals who are going to be there, in theory, 1 hour per week at a set time, like a normal TV show would be, and it'll be obviously all online. And they're going to be providing to you information, whether it's about PPE or, the medical side of COVID-19 or the vaccination or herd immunity, whether it's the legal side of the governor's executive orders or the MDHHS emergency orders, or whether it's, topics about how to handle things in front of your local school board meetings or your township and city council meetings. We want to make sure that you have all the tools at your disposal. You have the truth, because we know at this point, unfortunately, mainstream media and even some of the not so mainstream media channels, they're not about truth. They're about sensationalism. They're about, what's going to bring in the most revenue. And we want to make sure we are not allowing that to happen as much, that we're not relying on all that garbage, that we're actually looking at verifiable information from true practitioners in their fields that can give you real facts and real information that you can trust. So that'll be starting very soon. We also have, I specifically have been working on my defense. For those of you who might have been living under a rock or just not have heard yet, I was actually arrested on Election Day for circulating the Restore Freedom petition on public township property, far more than the 100 feet away from the door to the polling precinct, in direct violation of statutes, but my constitutionally protected God-given liberties. So not only that, this is a kind of case that involves the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, and of course the Ninth Amendment. So it's covering a lot of ground, and depending on how the case goes, like with courts being mostly shut down right now to the public, or them requiring masks to even be present, there's a lot of issues that will be challenged in my case, in my criminal defense. For example, I'm hard of hearing. I read lips. It would be completely unconstitutional to hold a hearing or a trial where any of the participants in the room are wearing masks, because I need to read lips. If a juror is going to be answering voir dire questions or possibly asking a question to the court or counsel for some reason, I need to be able to hear that. If a witness is going to be testifying or speaking at all, I need to be able to hear that. If the prosecuting attorney or the judge or the court reporter are going to be saying anything, obviously I would need to be able to hear that. So there's some big issues that will be all tied into this one case. And as soon as I have some more specifics to offer you, of course, you guys know you'll be able to see my written brief and motions I'll be filing And we'll have some discussions about that. But do know that that stuff is in the works, and those topics will be talked about. Also, we have been getting out thousands of thank yous. Might seem like a weird topic or unusual. A lot of people doing Christmas cards this time of year. We are doing thank yous. Why? Because I want to thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you. My posts on social media or continually checks out things I've posted to our website. Whether you're someone that comes out and supports me when I'm speaking at a public event, like today on my way to the far east side of the state, or whether you're someone who's been donating or writing letters of support, any of that. Whether you circulated the petition or you were a captain or a driver or a distribution hub or a signing location, I thank you, because we can't do any of this without all of us working together. So I'm doing my best. Like I said, we've got thousands already done and we have thousands more to go. But that is one of the things that we've been working on, and I've been spending countless hours on doing. As many as we can send out an actual written thank you, we are doing that. But some people, either we ran out of thank yous or we didn't have your physical address and we only had an email or some other way to communicate with you. We will definitely be sending those thank yous out as well. I just hope that each and every one of you knows how much you are appreciated, and that this is an ongoing effort. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I will keep fighting for freedom until my dying breath. And I truly appreciate the support of each and every one of you. And to that effect, I have had some questions about being able to raise funds to work on the criminal defense part of my case, or other aspects as we have continued out-of-pocket costs. And I'm not taking on new cases right now to earn income through my law firm. Rather, this is the sole focus of my law firm. If you wanted to help donate, you can continue to do that by cash and check if you'd like. We also have GoFundMe, which is just for our family's personal expenses to make sure I can pay my student loans and our mortgage and our car payments and things like that. But we also have the law firm that has PayPal and Square options to donate. We have some people that regularly donate $5, $10, $15 a month. We have some people that donate much more than that. Whatever it is that you feel called to do, to share with us, we really, really appreciate. I have some people that write me letters and send $10 in a money order and say that that's all that they have and they hope that it helps. And trust me, it does. It does help. And it actually moves me to tears at times to read the letters that come with that and to hear the sacrifices that some of you are making just to share what you have with me so I can continue in the fight that I'm fighting for all of us. So I think that's basically all of the updates I wanted to share. We will have a lot more coming out in January, but I know that a lot of you have felt like I fell off the face of the planet, or I haven't been doing any videos, I haven't been sharing any updates with you. I do hope you are checking out my website though, because I have the Antrim County Dominion voting systems documents or evidence available on there. I've also posted a few recent things about Governor Whitmer's interesting pleadings that she's been filing in the Court of Appeals. Many of you do not know that the original recall language that was submitted by Chad Bossy, that appeal is still pending in the Court of Appeals, and there have been continued filings by the governor and the Attorney General's office, and there's some interesting things in there. So I've put some of that on there recently, and I have more to update and read myself. There's also a lot of other lawsuits in the works that, at this point there's so many I can't possibly keep up on them all, but I will do my best to share that information with you and pass that along. And specifically that resources tab of my website, that's where those documents will be for court filings and things. If it's something that I really think needs to stand out more than others. It'll go right on the front page of my website. I'm also hoping to have some sort of blog part filled in or connected right into the website, so I can get updates to you a little bit more quickly than having to send it through to one of our tech team members that does the postings and whatnot on our website. So we'll have some other changes coming about. We do have 2 calendars that are currently posted to our website. One is a call to action calendar that ties into what I told you earlier about having a new call to action group of volunteers. And the other is my speaking engagement calendar, which will hopefully not be too busy in the next little bit here, so I can get these other projects up and running. But then as there's other events that I'm asked to speak at and share information at across the state or across the country, I will post on there so you guys can know when and where to go, or even just to try to catch me on a live talking about those things. Let me see, I can't quite see all the comments. They've been popping up and then disappearing. I'm going to see if we have, I actually can't see any messages right now at all. That's strange. I know that there's been a ton so far. If you guys have any questions, let me see if I can, oh, okay, I got them back. Let's see. Oh, that's awesome. You guys got my message. So one last update, I guess. I do have, a lot of you are aware that I've been kind of closing out a lot of my ministries that I've been working on throughout the years, because this is an all-consuming thing to fight for freedom these days. And one of them is the necessity bags I put together for the homeless. And so many of you rallied on Black Friday to deliver blankets to me that were that special price at Menards. I have just shy of 150 blankets. And so I've already got 150 pairs of socks and a bunch of other necessities, but I do need some additional ones. I never thought I would have that many blankets delivered to me in a 24-hour span of time. So I am still collecting more deodorants and shampoos, toothbrushes, toothpastes. Oh, I didn't even think about brushes. Brushes and combs, you name it. You know, the typical things that people would need every single day. If somebody is living on the street and they have no supplies, if that were you, what would you open a bag and hope to find? Those are the kinds of things I'm putting in there. Water bottles and notepads and pens, Band-Aids, cotton balls, all kinds of things I'm putting in there. So if you have any additional necessity items like that laying around, you know, you realize you have 10 tubes of toothpaste on your shelf and it's going to take you a long time to use it up, please feel free to drop that off to me so we can put that in these bags. I'd love to get these bags in the hands of people in the next week or 2 at the most. And it looks like some people going to my the event I'm at tonight are bringing some stuff. There will be 139 chapsticks delivered. That is awesome. So that thing is taken off the list. So I do have enough Q-tips for now, but if you have more, I can always put more in there. I just typically put a little handful of each one of those necessity items in a zippable bag. Oh, the bags themselves. If you have any brand new or gently used and currently clean duffel bags or backpacks, something that has some sort of strap that's easy to carry around, as well as a zipper so stuff doesn't fall out, and you want to donate to that, to this, these homeless necessity bags, I would greatly appreciate that. I normally go all year long and buy those at thrift stores and garage sales and clearance racks and things. And of course, with a lot of stores being shut down for much of the year, or now requiring masks, or now not letting my 6-year-old child in with me, and since she's, you know, with me all the time, it's hard for me to go shopping without her. I haven't been able to get as many bags as I normally do. So if you have any and you'd like to drop those off, that would be great as well. So I think those are all the updates. Let me see, the comments went away again. Not sure what's going on with that. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna look real quick to see if I have questions I can answer for you. Oh, this was fun. Okay, I am scrolling through and not seeing a ton of questions. So one last thing that I will share with you is that a lot of people have been starting to pass around things from the Constitutional Law Group. And it is advertised that it's attorney, I think Rick Martin, that is the lead attorney involved in that. I did a video, I want to say 2 weeks ago now, that talk about the oath of office and clearing up some confusion, I think is what I called the title of the video. Please check that out. I think the people involved in that organization are very well intentioned, but they don't seem to really read all the laws involved or all of the cases. So in other words, let me give you an example. There is a business in a town not too far from where I live. I think it's a restaurant. They decided to stay open, and they feel like they can't constitutionally require people to wear masks or to do anything like that, which they can't. That's true. Well, they got a hold of a flyer that this constitutional law group created, and with the intention of having people post it on their business doors, which they did. And someone took a picture and sent it to me, excited that this business was doing that. Well, this flyer that the Constitutional Law Group put together says that you can't come in without a warrant if you're from the government, and that if you set foot on the premise, you will be liable for all kinds of things. And then they quote 18 USC section 242, which is a federal statute, and say that you're going to be responsible for those criminal charges if you set foot on this private property to try to enforce some sort of emergency order or executive order, etc. The problem with that is 18 USC section 242 specifically talks about when someone is being deprived their constitutionally protected rights because of their skin color or maybe religion. I'm not even sure if religion's in there. But basically, there's a very specific set of people that are protected by that statute. Now, the good news is that there is a law that basically gets to the same thing that this guy was trying to help you with. And that's the one right before it in the law books, 18 USC section 241. That actually says that if two or more people conspire to deprive you of your constitutionally protected or statutorily protected God-given rights, then they are on the hook for a felony, a 10-year prison sentence. And if somebody dies as a result, say, for example, if you have government officials that require COVID positive patients to be put into nursing homes and your loved one dies in a nursing home because of it, and then you're kept out as a family member, all in the sake of safety, that person who makes those decisions or takes those actions could even be punished by the death penalty under this statute. But it's just important that you realize there are laws and there are constitutional protections out there that can help us, and it's really the whole reason that I'm fighting for these things. But if you look to whatever is out there on the internet and don't read it for yourself or don't double check it, you're running the risk of thinking you're protected by something when you're not. So this particular guy, this Rick Martin, I don't think he's actually a licensed attorney in any tangent about how all bar attorneys they didn't take an oath to uphold the Constitution or to defend you as the client, that they somehow took an oath to protect the court. Those are his words. And that bar attorneys are, members of something connected with England, and whatever. He kind of goes off on a tangent. Let me just tell you, in the video that I did a couple weeks ago that explains it in much more detail, when I read the words of the oath of office for attorneys, Every state that I've seen so far, in order to be a licensed attorney, you have to take an oath of office that specifically requires you to uphold and support the United States Constitution and the Constitution of that particular state. I was reading the Minnesota State attorney licensure oath, which I have taken myself. I read to you the Michigan one, which I have taken myself, the Eastern and Western Districts of Michigan, which I have taken myself, the Texas oath of office for attorneys, the Ohio and New York, New Jersey, I don't remember all the other ones, but I just did a sampling of the oath of office and looked up what's actually in their constitution or in their court rules, depending on where it's found, and read that for you. And I will have them put in more detail later on as a back burner project. But just so you know, being a licensed attorney, an attorney licensed and a member of the State Bar Association, does not have anything to do with England. Nothing. It has nothing to do with having an oath to protect the court. Absolutely nothing. And so far, in every single one of these oaths that I found, to be a licensed attorney in these states, you not only have to swear an oath to uphold the U.S. and Michigan or the state's constitution, but you also have to take an oath to protect your client's interests, to tell the truth, and to have integrity. I would think all those are good things that everybody would want their attorney to have to abide by. So just to tell you guys, don't read everything that's out there and just believe it. Check it for yourself, even if it's something I've put out there. Obviously, I believe in it, and I appreciate that there are those of you out there that just support me and believe in me. But I want you to check it. I want you to read it for yourself. I want you to have those tools available. If I get hit by a bus tomorrow and I'm no longer able to help you with that, I want you to at least know how to find some of these things and how to comb through it yourself. And when something doesn't make sense in the law, there's times where it means the law is messed up and it shouldn't have been passed in the first place. So at any rate, just be careful what signs you're posting on your business, and be careful of which attorneys or legal professionals you're seeking help from, because there is a benefit to going to law school. To be a lawyer in, I think, 49 states, you have to go through all 4 years of college, then 3 years of law school, then take the bar exam and pass it. And there's something to be said for that. Of course, there are a lot of bad attorneys who have checked all those boxes and are still out there unable to figure out how to read the Constitution, like Dana Nessel and Jocelyn Benson and Gretchen Whitmer, especially with the recent threats against attorneys like Scott Hagerstrom and Matt DePerno and others who are trying to shed a light on the election issues. They're actually upholding the Constitution. They're actually abiding by their oath of office. And yet Gretchen Whitmer wants to file grievances against them for doing that. At any rate, just make sure that you are discerning of who you go to. And if it doesn't feel right, for any attorney, quite frankly, any professional, but any attorney, whether it's one of these constitutional issues or any other issue, if it doesn't feel right, if your gut is saying something is wrong, then walk away. You are allowed to represent yourself. And in a lot of situations, I've seen people put themselves in just because they feel like they have to have an attorney. If your gut has told you that attorney is not serving your interests, a lot of times that attorney can end up hurting your interests more than helping. And you would be better off representing yourself. So just trust your gut. And don't be afraid to ask the tough questions when you're asking an attorney to help you or any professional to help you. So do pay attention, though, to the information that's being put out there. And also Just one last thing about what Rick Martin is posting on the Constitutional Law Group. He talks about the, oh gosh, what is it called? The effective assistance of counsel, basically the right we have guaranteed to us in the 6th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. And we do have that, but it specifically says that's in criminal cases. Trying to apply that in civil cases. Well, yeah, I believe you should always have the right to have an attorney. The Constitution doesn't guarantee that right in a civil case. And it's certain. So, at any rate, I wish you all a very happy new year. We are going to ring in 2021 like none other, because we're going to get rid of all that garbage that's been happening in. And we're even more determined to fight for our rights. So please stay in touch on all of our social media platforms and on our website. Sign up for that newsletter, and we will be bringing you much more in store for freedom fighting very soon. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.